If you struggle to talk to new people, let me tell you something. People in the real world are much friendlier than you imagine. I know that might be hard to believe, but I promise it's true, because when you grow up on the internet, your perception of others becomes disturbingly warped. I mean, I've had sexual predators pursue me on AOL chat as a kid. I've read endless misogynistic and racist forum posts. I've spent thousands of hours hearing people threaten to murder each other in video game lobbies. Hell, I myself have screamed and sweared throughout my adolescent years at teammates in online shooters. To be fair, they usually deserved it. And now, as I'm sure you've noticed, comments on all social platforms have been flooded with anger and hate. So when you've seen dark behavior day after day, why wouldn't you believe that everyone is heartless? But that's not an accurate representation of the real world, because the anonymous, detached way that we communicate online brings out the worst in humanity. When we can't see or feel the presence of someone, we struggle to empathize with them and imagine a real person on the other side of the screen. That all changes when we look into someone's eyes, we hear their voice, we feel their warmth, and we share moments together. I've made my career talking to strangers and teaching others to do the same. I've met thousands of people in roughly 24 countries, and you know what? The overwhelming majority have been friendly, and the people who didn't want to engage were still usually cordial and polite. For reference, outside of a bar or club where people are drunk, almost no one is ever outright rude. And yes, this holds true even in places like New York and London, where people claim that everyone's a jerk. Side note, I know that I'm speaking from the standpoint of being a white guy, but I've grown up with a lot of non-white friends, and while they definitely get a little more friction than I do, the majority of people still treat them like human beings. And if you do encounter someone who treats you like less because of the color of your skin, then f them, because you don't want them in your life anyway. Still, maybe it's hard for you to believe that people are kind because your life experiences have shown you otherwise. A lot of clients tell me that they rarely have people smile at them or even greet them, but when I dig a little deeper, I uncover something else going on. They aren't putting out into the world what they want to receive themselves. Because they're jaded, they assume the worst in others. They expect people to act just like they do online and from the sinister stories they consume in the media. So they themselves have a negative attitude, act standoffish, and don't show others that they're open and friendly. You have to understand that humans are a reciprocative species. Basically, we mirror people's behavior towards us. So if you're sending out signals that say, "Don't fucking talk to me," then that's all you're gonna get in return. But I experience a different world when I go out. Not because I'm special or because I have superhuman abilities, but because I proactively put out a different message. I show people that I want to connect with them and have a good time together, because that's what we all really want, to feel happy and have some moments of joy in life. So I walk around with open body language and my head held high. I give out gentle waves and warm smiles. And I make good eye contact while doing so. And when I greet someone, I put a little extra energy and enthusiasm into my voice just to say, "Hey stranger, I'm excited to meet you." But it's not only about changing a few behaviors. You have to adopt a mindset of genuinely wanting to connect with others. When I see new people, I often wish them the best in my head. If I appreciate something about them or what they're doing, I'll give them a sincere compliment. When I start talking to them, I focus on listening well so that they feel heard rather than trying to impress them or get something from them. This holds true even when talking to attractive women, and it's what dramatically improved my dating life. I used to perform and try to appear like some super suave man, and women could often sense the act and become apprehensive or guarded. Funny enough, being fake and selfish is what makes you feel insecure in those moments. You're telling your subconscious that you need to be somebody else or win their approval just to be desirable. And it's why most guys in these situations never become confident in their own skin. So now, regardless of who I'm talking to, I ask myself, how can I make this person's day just a little bit brighter? And in return, people send those positive vibes right back to me 1,000 times over. And if talking to new people still feels too nerve-wracking, then check out my video here on overcoming social anxiety from the comfort of your home.